Hey folks, David Stewart here. Don't forget, coming out on March 27th, the keys to prolific creativity to help you refine your creative process and boost your output. It's on sale for $2.99 for the pre-order, so please do pick that up. This video is directed towards authors, and what we want to talk about today is the things which have to be good, have to be functioning on your Amazon listing before you even think about spending money on AMS. Those are Amazon marketing services. That's the little sponsored products and ads that you see throughout Amazon. A lot of newer authors make the mistake of thinking that they can just somehow throw a lot of money at the Amazon machine and it'll boost their sales, make them a #1 bestseller or something like that. And the truth is, it may actually be difficult to spend money because Amazon will only charge you for clicks. And if these three things that I'm going to talk about are not working, then you're either going to be wasting your money or you won't even be able to spend your advertising budget to kind of get yourself over that hump and get your initial readership going for a book. So the three things are your cover, your blurb, and your social proof. And I'm going to go through each of those three things. So first and most important one is your book cover. You want to have a really interesting image. You want to have good typography. Of course, I'm showing one of my listings. And you want it to provoke the correct emotions and expectations in the reader. So if we go down here for sponsored products, sponsored products related to this one, you want an image, something like this that really makes you feel like, oh, haunted hideout. Oh, I know exactly what to expect with that. If your book cover is not good, people will see this and they will just not click on it at all. Okay, there'll be no clicks whatsoever if your book cover is really bad. So the first and most important thing is the book cover. If you're going to spend money on any part of this, the book cover is probably the thing you want to spend money on. And the reason for that is because it's like it's just a necessary ingredient for making your listing on Amazon or really on any platform look correct. So you've got to have a good cover. You can get one that honestly is good enough if you know your genre. For like $50 for a pre-made cover. So there's really no excuse to have a really bad cover unless $50 is just an insurmountable amount of money for you. If you can cobble together a couple of $100, you can have absolutely a first-class cover that's going to look great and people are going to be interested in clicking on. So that's the first thing. People see the cover, they click on it. The second thing, I'm going to make this number 2 rather than number 3, is the social proof. The social proof are the reviews for the most part on Amazon, but it could be, there's other kinds of social proof as well. There's, say, editorial reviews, things like that. The social proof is other people like this. So somebody sees the image, they like the image. They're like, oh, that looks interesting. Other people like it. It's rated 5 stars and it has a good number of reviews. Oh, this one looks really interesting, and this one has 4.5 stars, and it has even more reviews. There's even more people who like this one. So the more reviews you have, the higher the rating on the reviews. That's the social proof. That's what people need to see before they will click on it. Once they click on the sponsored product, if you're running AMS ads, then they're going to do two things. They're going to look at your blurb. So this is your product description. This one is actually not formatted the way that I originally formatted it because this happens sometimes. You can reformat your blurbs to have bold text and look really fancy on Author Central, but sometimes they just get overwritten from time to time by the regular KDP version of it. So sometimes that happens, and it's missing the formatting. You don't have to worry that much about it. This is a blurb designed to kind of provoke emotion rather than to just describe what's in the book. And there's different kinds of blurbs for different genres. You should look at really successful books in your genre, especially ones that maybe are running AMS ads and like this one have a ton of reviews. So you could click that and see exactly how they format their blurb to get an idea, like maybe that's how I should format my blurb. And so once those three things are working, then your AMS money is going to be a lot better spent. So first of all, the ads will be served to people. They will click on it because they see an image they like and their social proof, and then they'll read the blurb. And one more thing they might do before they buy is they might go down and just look and read a couple of the reviews. So they might go through, oh, okay, looks like everyone's rating it 5 or 4. That's good. Wow, okay, not what you think it is. The ending is wild. What an ending. Oh, I like surprise endings. Everybody's mentioning surprise endings in their reviews. Maybe I'll buy this book. And so they go up and they're like, oh, it's on Kindle Unlimited, even better. I have a KU subscription. Boom. I'll click that read for free button for my KU, or I can just buy it for 99 cents, or you can choose the paperback. And this is really how you convert things to a sale. So if your cover image looks good, if your blurb is good, and you have social proof, you're good to go on AMS ads. The hard part, what's the hardest part? Hardest part is social proof. It's really hard to get reviews on Amazon. It's extremely difficult. In order to get reviews on Amazon, you really have to ask your readers to do it. And if you have a lot of readers on an email list, give out free copies of the book and say, please review it. If you read it, please review it. Please drop a review on it. If you read it, please review. If you bought this, please review it. Just remind people to review it. If you don't have enough reviews on a book, just link your book in an email. Ask people to review it. I asked John Delarose, who's actually one of my also bots here, which is great. That means we share some readership. That's what he does. He asks people specifically to do it. And I ask from time to time. I never respond to reviews. This is just a thing on the side. People's reviews are what they are. I leave them untouched and let people say what they want to say. And I don't respond to them because, to me, reviews are just really important for other consumers to be able to figure out whether this is a book that they want to buy. Because if it's not a book that they like, if they're reading it that it's like real horror, it's like just too disgusting, they may not want to buy it. Like, oh, I don't like his horror stuff. Maybe I'll check out his fantasy, and they'll click that. Okay, this has a great image. They click the image. They've already seen the social proof because it's attached. And then they read the blurb. And then might do one more thing, which is they might read like the first chapter and, just take a look at what's in here. Oh, there's a map. Sweet. And then they might read, and then they're hooked, right? So they have a bunch of options for reeling someone in and getting them to buy the book. And that's really what you want to have working before you spend any money on AMS, is that your landing page and all this stuff needs to be working. And one of the ways you can tell that it's not working is your AMS ads will be disrupted in different places. So if people are clicking but not buying, that means you have a problem with either your social proof or your blurb. Probably your blurb, because people, if they see no social proof, they may not click it at all. That means your cover is pretty good, but your blurb is not doing well, or your ads are targeting the wrong people. Like you're targeting a group of people that like your cover but actually don't want your book. So you may have to change your targeting. If it's not getting clicked on at all, that means your targeting is bad or your cover is bad, one of those two things. So maybe you need to update the cover. If you have a bad cover, go spend money on a good cover. If you know you have a good cover but it's not working, maybe you're doing the targeting wrong. Look at the way that you set up the ad. And if you're getting really good buy-throughs on it but it's not showing the ad very much, what that means is that you have a great ad, but it's just too narrowly focused. So this is a problem with a lot of my ads, is that they have really good, they're all profitable. Like I run ads that make me money. However, Amazon doesn't show them to a lot of people because they're so tightly focused on exactly the people who want to buy my book that it's maybe not broad enough. So that's something that you can think about, is trying to broaden who gets shown the book once you have an ad that's actually functioning. And when it's functioning but you can't spend your budget, that means that it's really highly targeted. And you need to maybe broaden it a little bit, or bring in some other keywords to get that in front of a few more eyes to see if you can continue to have good click-through rates, good sell rates with a broader audience. So hopefully that is helpful and you find it interesting. Don't forget my newest book. It's called The Keys to Prolific Creativity. It's coming out March 27th. You can pre-order it for $2.99. As you can see, some people have already pre-ordered it because customers who bought this item also bought The Keys to Prolific Creativity. And I go through a bunch of different things. This is not this is the way you must do it, but rather this is a bunch of information for how you as an individual can take this information into account and design your own creative process. This is a whole bunch of different advice that I've learned over the last 20 years as a musician and as an author. that has helped me be very productive and helped my students be very productive in whatever they happen to be doing as well. So it's time-tested stuff for how to arrange your life to make sure you are finishing your projects. There's some mind stuff in it and some practical advice as well. So please do check that out and make sure you're on my mailing list at dvspress.com/list. I'll be giving away a couple of free copies in the future. So let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.